Who do I need to tip? I pay my gratuity in advance. I know it doesn't cover everyone. Great question. The answer is actually the only people that are not. So, like when you buy a drink or you book you go to a restaurant, especially a restaurant, it's automatic. You're all set there. You're covered. The only situations that you have to tip, like to really answer your question beyond all that, number one, the porters. So if you use the porters in the terminal before or after your cruise, that you'll need cash for. Obviously, if you're on shore, if you're doing a shore excursion, your tour operators, taxi drivers, all that you'll need cash. I think you know that part. Other than that, I tip room service. So if someone brings you room service to your room, if you order room service, the person who brings it to you, give them a couple bucks there. Other than that, and of course, you can always tip additional beyond the automatic gratuity. Obviously, that goes without saying. But I think that covers the basics of what you need to know right there. Have you heard anything about the 6th Oasis Class ship? The only thing we've heard about the 6th Oasis Class ship is only that it's on order, it's under construction, and that's about it. I believe there is. I'm not sure if there was an update. I did a blog post. There was a podcast episode that came out not this past week, but 2 weeks ago, 12th, when we were on board Wonder. And in that episode, I don't recall if we talked about the 6th Oasis Class, but we know basically nothing about her right now. We will know more details in the coming months, but it's the last of the Oasis Class ships for now anyway. And we don't know the name or anything else about it, just that it is on order and it's under construction already. Going on Wonder April 1st, we're going to St. Thomas. I've been there a few times. Any suggestions for St. John and how to get there? Honestly, Susan, I would only recommend going through Royal Caribbean right now to get to St. John. It's a real problem to get over there on your own because of the taxi situation over there. So it stinks because it's very limiting, but I would book an excursion through Royal Caribbean on your own as opposed to booking on your own. I tried to do that before the pandemic and kind of struck out with that. When the ship docks in port, where do we go to check in for our excursions? That's a great question. The answer is they'll let you know, Vanessa. So if you booked an excursion through Royal Caribbean, you'll get the ticket delivered to your room the night before. And on that ticket, it will say, go here or here. Usually you're either meeting in the theater or you're meeting on the dock somewhere. Either way, it will list on the ticket where to go and at what time. If you booked an excursion on your own, usually you meet them somewhere in the port or maybe right outside the port gates. When will Royal Caribbean depart from San Francisco? I wouldn't hold my breath on that one. I don't know. The official answer is I have no idea. But Royal Caribbean just restarted cruises from LA. I just don't see, traditionally they've not sailed from San Francisco. I don't say they've never done it, but I don't recall them ever sailing from San Francisco. They've done port stops in San Francisco, but never actually sailed out of there. So you got to settle for LA in the meantime right now. Booked on both Wonder and Odyssey this summer in Europe. What are your thoughts on both ships? Love them. They're fantastic. They're the best, in my opinion, of each class. I mean, you're talking about Brogan. Wonder's my favorite ship. Odyssey is my second favorite ship. Well, maybe my third now. I guess Harmony slipped down. I don't know how that works. I got to rethink that. But anyway, my point is they're wonderful ships. The best of the best. See the shows. They're different. It's worth seeing. Make sure you check them on out. What's my favorite thing in the Windjammer? Definitely Indian curry. I love Indian food, and Royal Caribbean does a lot of good things, and I love their international food selection, especially in the Windjammer. And I love the Indian curries on there. When you hit different levels like gold, platinum, diamond, and so on, do you have to cruise X times per year to maintain your level, or do they expire? That's a great question. I don't think I've ever gotten this question before. And the answer is no, they don't ever expire. You could attain a certain level, Jim, and not cruise for 20 years. And that level will be waiting for you when you come back. So, no, it's not like I think the car rental companies or the hotels do that. Airlines do that. No, not the cruise lines. You're good for life on that. Cruising on alert with kids to Aruba and Curacao. Do I still have to book excursions to Royal Caribbean with kids? No. If they're unvaccinated, no. Actually, Royal Caribbean changed that policy last week, Andre. So that's no longer required. You can book on your own or through Royal Caribbean. It is your choice. There are a couple of exceptions, and Aruba and Curacao are not on that list. I know St. Lucia was, St. Vincent, a couple others, about 6 of them, but Aruba and Curacao aren't on the list. So you are good to go right there. We'll go on to Odyssey April 17th. I will go to another country, Mexico and Bahamas with 2 kids. What should I know? Boy, it sounds like you're kind of new to cruising, I'm going to guess. So a couple things I would tell you. Number one, Diana, I would say you want to go on the Royal Caribbean's Cruise Planner website. So you're going to go to RoyalCaribbean.com, log into your account, set that all up. You'll see your Odyssey sailing. Manage that sailing, and you're going to be able to purchase things. Shore excursions, drink packages, beverage, dining packages, Wi-Fi. It's to your advantage to buy them in advance. It will save you time on the ship, and more than likely, it will save you money. I can guarantee this, Diana. You will not pay more online than what it will cost on the ship. It will always cost you more on the ship, if not the same price. So book it beforehand. Get those things. You want to anything you want to get there, you want to pre-purchase. That's important. Number two, I would highly advise you check out our YouTube video with a full tour of Odyssey of the Seas. It's on our channel here. This is a walkthrough video in which I narrate everything that's around the ship. So that way you know what to expect. There's some tips over there. And then when it comes to, again, Mexico and the Bahamas, make sure you have plans for the day. What you want to do. Book excursions. Know where you want to go. That's a big mistake a lot of people make, is they don't have any plans and they just end up either making bad choices, or they do something when it's fun, it's great, but then they realize, oh man, I wish I knew about that other thing. We would have totally done that instead. So research as much as you can. Last tip, Diana. Again, if you go to royalcaribbeanblog.com, in our main menu, there's a link that says cruise compasses. Click on that. These are past cruise compasses, and you can find them from Odyssey of the Seas, and that will give you an idea of the activities offered on board and timing and all that, to give you an idea of what to expect. All this, all my tips here I just told you about, are about two things. One, maybe saving you money, and two, preparing you so you know what to expect on board. I'm not saying there will be no surprises, but less surprises, and that way you're prepared for it. So you get an awesome, awesome cruise. Any tips for Aruba and Curacao? Aruba is all about the beaches, Landry. So you want to go to either Palm Beach or Eagle Beach. That's definitely the go-to. Curacao is still a beach day. I like to do a combination, Landry. I'll go walk off the ship in the morning, go downtown and do some shopping, have lunch downtown, and then take a taxi to go to the beach. It's a lot of fun over there. What time do the bars and clubs on the ship close every night? It depends on the venue. Some close earlier than others. The earliest most bars close is midnight. Some bars will stay open to about 1. The casino bar is always the last bastion. It will stay up to, like, they call it late night. So that could be 3 a.m., something like that. It depends on the venue, quite frankly. A good idea to get an idea of what to expect when you go on your cruise is look at the cruise planner. Or look at a cruise compass, rather. We have an archive of past cruise compasses over at royalcaribbeanblog.com. If you click on, if you go to royalcaribbeanblog.com, click on the main menu, you'll see cruise compasses. Click on that, and then find the ship you're sailing on. You'll get a good idea of what to expect. How soon do shore excursions, drink packages, etc., open in the cruise planner, sign up before the sail date? It's a great question. You know, you've got a cruise that is a little less than a year away. You're talking about now 10 months away. The answer is there is no definitive answer. There is no exact time like, oh, Brian, check back X days beforehand. It will just magically appear. My advice, 6 months in advance, you can start looking at it. I mean, I aspire to do better and check these things earlier, but it's not uncommon when you're that far out to not see anything there. But I would check back, like I said, 6 months, I think, is more than enough time. It will all show up there, and you'll have plenty of time to plan everything, get it, book everything and whatnot. So, any suggestions for St. Maarten and St. Thomas ports? St. Maarten is a good beach day. I recommend that a lot. St. Thomas, similarly to that. There are a couple more choices in St. Thomas. If you've never been to St. Thomas before, Magens Bay, it's a good place to go. Also, you go shopping. A lot of people are going to Charlotte Amalie, which is the capital, and you can go just do some shopping, have lunch or something like that. That could be fun as well. If you've been to St. Thomas before, I recommend going to St. John's. It's absolutely beautiful and stunning over there. Snorkeling is really a lot of fun in St. Thomas. So I think those are really good ideas. St. Maarten is much more of just like, they're like Philipsburg, which is the city you dock in when you arrive, and Marigot, which is on the French side. Those are good cities to go and kind of shop around. A lot of people go in St. Maarten will go to Maho Beach, Maho, and that's the beach where those airplanes like land right on top of your head. It's a really cool thing to do. I'd say it's worth doing like once. I want to spend all day over there. But it's at the end of the day, I think you're talking about a beach day in St. Maarten. What packages do you recommend to buy as basics for all ships? It's a good question. The answer to your question is you don't have to buy any packages if you don't want to, right? It depends on you. The Wi-Fi, drink, and dining packages are what we're talking about primarily. Wi-Fi, listen, I'm a geek. I buy Wi-Fi all the time because I want to stay connected. It's also advantageous to have the Wi-Fi package, Shania, so that way you can message other people on the ship. Your friends, your family members who are on board. Hey, where are you at? Let me go. That there's an advantage. So an internet package would be obviously beneficial for that. The drink package, do you drink enough to make it worthwhile? Dining package, are you interested in the extra special restaurants or not? I would say an internet package is a really good idea because I think it's just in this day and age, you're probably already on the internet a lot on your phone. I think there's an advantage to doing that. The drink package and the dining package really depend on you. I would say if you're on a 7-night cruise and you've never cruised before, I'd buy a 3-night dining package, only the 3-night, not the unlimited, the 3-night dining package. And I would do a mix of the main dining room for dinner and specialty restaurants. That way you get a mix of both. You get a sense of both. The drink package I'd probably pass on unless you know, like, Matt, we're getting our drink on. Like, that's not even a question. Then obviously get a drink package. But hopefully that answers your question there. I heard you mentioned you love the mason jar. I'm on in a week and a half. I'm looking forward to it. What did you like? I'm looking forward to chicken and waffles. Everything. I mean, the Nashville hot chicken sandwich, the cornbread. Oh my goodness, it was so good. The deviled eggs were fantastic. I thought the fried chicken was really good. The chicken and waffles on for brunch. I think you're talking about brunch. I mean, try as much as you can. The cinnamon roll, so good. And of course, the band there is what really makes that's truly the icing on the cake. Thank you everybody for checking out our live broadcast today. We're live every Monday right here on YouTube. We'll be live tomorrow on Facebook. And of course, you'll find plenty more Royal Caribbean news, information, fun, advice right here on RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. We will be live again next week right here on YouTube. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun. That's important as well. And we'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Good night, everybody.